Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Sahil Sawant and I am currently pursuing my MTech in computer engineering here at VJTI Mumbai with a background in electronics and telecommunication engineering and research experience in RF systems and radio astronomy. In this series so far, we have discussed in first episode that signal carry information. In the second episode, we saw that Fourier reveals frequency structure. In the third episode, we looked at how sampling must respect Nyquist. In the fourth episode, we moved on to look at how leakage affects the signal analysis. In the fifth episode, we saw how noise is limiting the performance of the signal. In the sixth episode, we looked at filters, FIRs and IIRs, and what are the trade-offs between these two filters. In the seventh episode, we saw how convolution explains the system behavior. In the eighth, we saw how spectrogram shows time and frequency evolution. In the ninth episode, we looked at how wavelets detect the transist. And now today, we are going to step out of the theory. Today, we capture the signals. Today's topic is software-defined radio and real RF signal acquisition. So first question that rises is, what is exactly SDR? Traditionally, radio receivers were built using analog filters, mixers, oscillators, and hardware demodulators. Each function required dedicated circuitry. But in software-defined radio, that is SDR, most signal processing happens in software itself. The hardware does only RF front-end filtering, down conversion, and analog to digital conversion. After that, everything is digital. Filtering, demodulation, decoding, done in softwares. SDR turns radio into programmable system. Now let us understand the signals chain. First, the antenna is going to capture the electromagnetic waves. RF front end filters unwanted bands. Now, in the third step, mixer shifts the signal to lower frequency, that is the baseband. In the fourth step, ADC samples the signal. And last but not the least, digital processing extracts the signal's information. At baseband, signals are represented as I, that is in phase, and Q, that is quadrature components. This is called IQ sampling. IQ allows full representation of amplitude and phase. Without IQ, modern communication would never have existed. When you open an SDR spectrum viewer, you don't see silence. We see FM stations, Wi-Fi signals, mobile signals, noise floor, and random interferences. This spectrum is alive. Every peak represents energy at a particular frequency. Instead of textbook sine waves, you see real-world complexity. Remember in episode 2, Fourier transformed time domain signals into frequency domain. In SDR software, FFT runs continuously. That's how we can see real-time spectrum. The waterfall display is essentially a spectrogram. Time on x-axis, frequency on y-axis. The color represents the power. You are literally seeing episode 8 in action itself. Remember in episode 3, that is we talked about Nyquist. If you want to observe 1 MHz bandwidth, you must sample at least 2 MHz. In practice, SDR devices sample much higher. Improper sampling in SDR causes aliasing. Real radio frequency systems are direct application of sampling theory. Now is the time that theory becomes an hardware reality. Remember in episode 5, we also talked that noise is unavoidable. When you open an SDR spectrum, you always see a baseline. That baseline is the noise floor. If a signal peak rises significantly above the noise floor, it is detectable. If not, it is buried. The real SNR in action. In this video, you can demonstrate first option, that is RTL SDR, which is known as affordable USB SDR. We can tune it to FM band, show the spectrum peaks and also play an audio. Second option is pre-recorded IQ samples. That is, we can load data in Python and perform FFT, plot magnitude spectrum and apply low pass filter. Then we can demodulate the FM signal. Here we can observe the full pipeline, that is how signal is captured, FFT, then filtering, and then we get the output. SDR is used in communication systems, satellite receivers, radars, electronic warfare, amateur radio, and even in radio astronomy. At IUCAA and GMRT, digital backends process huge volumes of radio data. Modern radio telescopes are essentially massive SDR systems. The principles are identical, but the scale is completely different. Why should engineering students care about this? Because SDR teaches how sampling is in real practice, real noise behavior, how filtering is an application, how IQ is modulated, and how system level thinking defines how we perceive the signal. It also combines electronics, signal processing, and software. This is an interdisciplinary engineering. Remember one thing today, let it be that signals are not just equations on paper. They are electromagnetic energy traveling through the space, and SDR lets you capture them. Everything that we have learned so far comes alive inside a software defined radio. In the next episode, we will take this to a further level. We will analyze real world case study, radio astronomy, and signal processing. Because detecting weak cosmic signal is one of the hardest signal processing challenges. And it combines everything that we have learned. Welcome back to Signal and Stars. Hello everyone.